Hello, it's December the 13th. It's a big day today. Lots of very exciting things are going to happen today, none of which are more exciting than us opening the next door on the TooFatlardies Advent Calendar for 2019. I can tell you now as I peek through the crack in the door that it's Sydney, and Sydney is going to be telling us all about his typical painting method.
When it comes to painting, I guess I'm a traditionalist. I've got a painting table in one of the spare rooms of the house with a small DVD player and a place to plug in the phone and charge it while I listen to podcasts and audiobooks. I mainly paint figures in batches of 6 to 12 and always just one unit at a time, so I'm never really in a situation that I've got half-painted units or half-painted figures. I try to be disciplined in finishing everything that I pick up within a reasonable time frame. I undercoat the figures in Humbrol enamel with a brush. I know, that's kind of crazy, but I'm still doing it all these years and it's kind of working for me. And the brushes I use are a selection, but mainly around the numbers 0 to 3. I think for Wargames painting, that's probably all I'm ever going to be using. One thing I do is I carefully note down in a small notebook all the details of the colours I'm using, the paints, the washes, and also some detail of each of the units that I'm preparing, basing and painting. And I think that helps that if you do have a lapse in a project, you can pick up figures and units and make sure that they're consistent with what you've done before. Also, I think it's really motivating that you can look back over the weeks and months of a year and see what you've achieved, and also perhaps to see what you've got planned for the future and where the inspiration's going to be lying next. I tend to listen to podcasts a lot, so Meeples and Miniatures, Henry Hyde's podcast, Jay's podcast, and actually a lot of podcasts just relating to general role-playing and actually just the arts and politics. I'm fairly sort of widely listening and eclectic when it comes to that. And also audiobooks. I love reading books, but in the modern world it just seems I've got less and less time to do that. But audiobooks have been a great way of letting me connect with some of the books that I've bought but never quite finished. One of the things which I also try and do is I try and paint for 15 minutes a day. Even if I'm knackered and I come home from work, just try and sit down just to paint for just 10 minutes, just give it a go. It's really surprising how many times that 15 minutes just turns into half an hour or 45 minutes or even up to an hour, even when it's late at night. And again, I think that that's something which really makes you connect with a hobby and just makes it all the more pleasurable to see that all those 15 minutes add up by the end of the week.
Remember, lard is for life and not just for Christmas.